which one's that?
This one right here, the $80, yeah. This guy right here, they say that Ty Cobb was one of the meanest guys that ever played baseball, and that in his rookie year he was bullied by all of his teammates. And this guy here, Schmidt, played center field for the Tigers. So they say that this is the dude that made Ty Cobb the mean ass that he was, the guy that sharpened his spikes on the bottoms of his cleats. It's a great card right here.
The sports card industry is unique. There's nothing else like it on earth. It's built upon sports, it's built upon passion, and it's based on collecting. So I love it. It's just the best business in the world. After 30 years in this business, my passion has never been greater, and this business as a whole has never been stronger. It's the Card Father here, and I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse.
I got involved in sports cards when I was in kindergarten. It was 1980, and my grandmother bought me a pack of 1980 Topps, and I hit this exact card, which made him my favorite baseball player, Pete Rose, and I have just been crazy for baseball cards since. I started going to Burbank Sports Cards probably around 1987 or 88. And I met Rob and his father Steve and his mother Elaine, and we were in there every day after school. And one day I just went up and I said, hey, can I work here since I'm here all the time anyways? And he literally just said, yep, come on back. And he put me right to work in the back room, breaking down 1990 pro set hockey.
Back in the day, kids were in all the time. I trusted them, I liked them. We'd offer him jobs, and Ernie came on board. And back then, it was real simple kind of tasks, sorting cards and, maybe helping out customers a bit. But Ernie was with us for, I'm gonna say 6-7 years, probably from 15 to 21, 22-ish. And towards the end, he was the guy that shipped all the cards.
They're family, pure and simple. I had a rough childhood, rough teenage years. The opportunities that I was given to just be there and be around a loving, stable, close family was everything to me. It made me who I am. I learned how to be confident because I had to deal with customers, and that work ethic has followed me the rest of my life, and now I teach it to my kids. And I would have to say I learned that from Steve Harris.
And actually, Ernie was my wife's favorite kid. It was like mom to him, And Ernie, so Elaine worked at this desk, Ernie over there across the way. And so they became good pals.
He was just like a younger brother to me. And he was kind of a pain in the ass, but just like every other younger brother. But great kid, really knows his sports, knows his cards too. And
this is the only tobacco card with a player with a mustache. This guy right here. Believe it or not, that card is at a premium price simply because he has a mustache. So today when I take my kids to Burbank Sports Cards and they want to buy their packs, they're tin wrapped and foil wrapped and impossible to tamper with, and the rush of opening up the pack, and you get anywhere from 1 to 12 cards in the pack, and you're looking for that relic or that auto. It wasn't always that way. Baseball cards, when they were originally packaged, were coming in tins and pouches of tobacco. This right here is a tobacco tin from a company called Mail Plug that sold chewing tobacco or smoking tobacco. What the company did in order to get the fathers to purchase their tobacco, they planted baseball cards with actual players. For instance, this one is Fred Fiver. The card would be placed inside of the tobacco tin. This is the origin, really, of modern day baseball cards, sports cards. Baseball was hugely popular, and so they used that to market other items. Today, it markets the player, the team, the sport. But one of the things that I also think it does is it markets your memory. You're purchasing a little piece of who you are at that time that you buy it. oh, the Phillies went all the way to the World Series unexpectedly, and I go out and I buy a Bryce Harper card from the 2022 Topps Series, I'm literally encapsulating a piece of my memory from that year. And whether it's a card like this, or it's a 2022 Prism, it's all the same thing.
I'm showing an Hank Aaron rookie card. Yeah. So it's a raw card.
Let's see something
I'm
here.
just gonna go ahead and check it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to measure it against another card because the key is the size.
You brought some cards in today.
I did bring some cards in today, yeah. You know, Ernie and his love of cards, and so it's really, the two of us have been talking, and he started his card club at school, and I talked to him about my baseball cards and my 12-year-old nephew who passed away when he was 15 from cystic fibrosis. My sister had these cards all these years because he passed away probably nearly 25 years ago. And so he collected these. This was his Make-A-Wish. So I've now asked her if I can, sell these cards and start kind of a little bit of a scholarship fund or something in my nephew's name, Patrick Saunders.
Yeah, it appears to be the right size. These things are always tricky. That's the problem with buying raw. The cards I looked at with Kelly are just classic sports cards. A lot of people that grew up collecting in the 80s, early 90s, those are the kind of cards that they actually collected. Hall of Fame rookie cards, key cards from key sets. And for a 12-year-old, he had quite the keen eye. It was kind of a who's who of the stars of that era. Yastrzemski rookie for a 12-year-old? I mean, one of the great players of all time, and those were great to see. And again, a couple of historic type pieces. The Hank Aaron rookie, one of the greatest cards of all time. Back when players only had one rookie card. And that one rookie card, the more popular player, the better the player, the more apt it's to be worn because they get handled the most. Let me find Showcase. Hey, Showcase Rick. Here we go. This is Showcase Rick here. He really knows his vintage. Ernie's coming with this card here. Opinions. Here's a card to size it.
You really want kind of almost a little bit of a mildewy smell to it. It's a piece of cardboard from 1954, so it shouldn't smell new. That's another thing. If you pick up a card and it smells new, maybe it smells new because it is new. But that's a piece of cardboard from 1954, and it's kind of a coarse, thicker cardboard they used back then. And it's very hard to fake that. I don't even know where you'd get that cardboard now. Just in general, like a card, an important card like that, like the Hank Aaron rookie, that card gets counterfeited a lot. But that's the first thing we're really looking at. Is it real? And if it is real, has it been altered? A lot of those cards get doctored over time. They'll get bleached. People will trim a 16th or even a 32nd of an inch off them, and they'll turn a card that might be grade 3 or 4 into a 7 or an 8. So you really got to watch for stuff like that. That card could be completely original and all.
Seems to measure up right too.
That's fine.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I'd probably drop it to a 2. Oh yeah, you gotta get in the right light. There's that. I read at 2 o'clock. It's got good eye appeal.
He told me to go ahead and have him certified with PSA or whatever certification company we're going to do it. Then he gave me some. We've been looking at it. Originally, we thought, well, it's probably going to be like a PSA 1. The more I started looking at it and looking what's available online, I started thinking this could be a 2 or 2.5. And then the more we've looked at it, we've started thinking could be even a 3.
A great batch. It's amazing that a 12-year-old put it together. He had this great love for cards, and I thought it was really cool that Kelly brought those out and we got to look at them.